Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take an in-depth tour of our new tool called Real Estate OS, which is located inside of Notion. And the purpose of this video is to give you a pretty in-depth demo of all the functions inside of the template and how you can replicate it yourself if you'd like. I hope you guys find the video enjoyable, and let's dive right into it. Alright, so as you can see here, we're going to go ahead and start on the home page. At the top, you're going to see some duplication instructions. This is for people who decide to pay for this template. It is a paid template, but I'm going to go through every single page. So if you want to use some of the bits and pieces of this and make it into your own thing, you 100% can. So we got some more information here just on navigating the nav bar over here, how to use it, how that works. And then you're going to find the beginning of the template. So this is the calendar. So it is just a normal calendar. It looks like a regular calendar, works like a regular calendar. It's just a calendar. But it does have some features that are a little bit different. It can easily sync to your Google Calendar that you already use, or your Outlook calendar, or your iOS calendar. Whatever calendar you have, you can sync them together. So this is a good way if you have a team that you can coordinate with your entire team, and also just stay organized yourself. So how it works, pretty simple. Just go on a date here. So let's say next Tuesday, I'm gonna have lunch with Jim. So we're gonna go ahead and put the address, 123 Ferry Lane, and then the date. So we already selected the date, but to include the time, you're gonna go down here and click include time, and then just put that at whatever time you're meeting. The notes, here's just a good place to give background information. So let's just say Jim is a broker with another firm, maybe looking to partner on some marketing. So then you're gonna go down here to the tags and you're gonna put business meeting. These are just some generic tags. You can add your own personalized one very easily just by typing up here. So we'll X out that. We'll just say, what would be another good meeting? Maybe inspection. So you just type that in, click create, and now you have an inspection tab. So that's the calendar right here. There's also a table view here for, as you can see, that's where we just put lunch with Jim. But there's a table view here if you would rather look at it this way. So once we get done with the home page, we're going to go ahead and go on over here to client portals. So this client portal is kind of a separate entity from the OS. This is a template that you're going to share with your clients. So on the home page here, we have a calendar. Again, you can sync this up with the other one, but this is going to be purely with a client. So this is going to be like Samantha's portal. So in this, Samantha's going to be able to ask you questions. She's going to be able to see just some basic, like the home buying process. We'll go over that in a second. Some frequently asked questions, and then also contact info. So on this calendar, you're not going to put like lunch with Jim because it's Samantha's portal. You're going to put, Samantha home inspection on this date, Samantha closing date, whatever. So this is just going to be a calendar between you and a specific client. So again, same thing, works the same way, has a table view. And so yeah, this is how that works. You're going to share it with them. So over here you have upcoming tasks. So this is where you would put, hey Samantha, you need to sign this contract, blah blah, on this date. So you just put sign contract. You can add notes. You can add a URL here, files and media if you need. Just a place for you guys to kind of collaborate and set expectations for what's coming up. So then down here, these are more kind of the resources. This is just a home buying process checklist. So this is just a step-by-step what to expect, and kind of just an overall view for how the process works for some people that just have never been through this or forgot, whatever. It kind of just gives them some tips, and what to really expect. So this is just a good resource to kind of limit the amount of questions that you get, just from the get-go. The next thing is some frequently asked questions. So again, this is just a list of FAQs that a lot of realtors get, and again, stops you from having to answer every single one of these questions individually on a text throughout throughout the process. So then next we're going to go to contact info. So this is where you're going to store your info, their info, and then your broker or whatever, whoever else you want to go on here that's collaborating. And this is just an easy way for them to have your phone number, your email, all that stuff in one place. And you can also, if you decide to put some like text here, you can name it notes, and you can put kind of like your office hours or when you want to communicate with them. So say, please feel free to email me at any time, comma, but I prefer no phone calls after 6 p.m. unless it's an emergency. So like that, you can kind of use that note feature to communicate when you're open. So we're going to go completely out of client portals and go back to the OS. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go through planning next. We're going to start with strategy. So this page is all about what makes your business your business. So this is really about what makes you stand out, like why you exist, and also some of your like beneficial traits that you can really capitalize on in your marketing and your sales. So the first thing we have is strategic pillars. So what these are these are just, again, what your business stands on, what you think that you guys are really good at, and how you're different from your competition. So we just have some filler ones here. So some examples will be you're very personable, you have an established reputation through the community with your Google reviews, you're well connected with other realtors, and you're experienced and knowledgeable on contracts. So the next part is your mission statement. So this again just keeps you aligned with your goals. So something like this would be, an example would be to increase the value and gain trust with clients so that they can find the home of their dreams. Now I know that sounds like really cliche, but if you do have it written down, it's easier to fall back on when you kind of like forget why you're even doing what you're doing. The next is your vision statement. So this is more about your growth/goals. So for this, we just have a super simple one: to transcend every client's expectations. Again, just kind of keeps you grounded and helps you understand where you're moving and what direction you're heading for the future. The next thing we have here is a lean canvas. This again just helps you kind of understand your goals, understands what you're solving, your unique value propositions. This is very easily replaced by a SWOT board if you prefer that, or also like a SOAR analysis type thing. You can add whatever you want here, but this just helps you better understand your business and some of your advantages, your disadvantages, and how you can capitalize on them. So up here, you see 3 tabs. We're currently under the overview tab. That's kind of like the homepage of the strategy. But the next tab that we're going to go to is customer personas. So this is where you state your ideal persona. For this, we kind of just have their frustrations, their touch points, the type, any files or media about them. And then you have some demographic stuff here that you can fill out, and also some psychographics. So each one of these is the same, pretty clear cut. Just when you know your persona, it's a lot easier to market to them and understand their pain point. So next, we're going to go through competitors. So on here, we just have a list of your competitors. It's good to know who you're competing against. And also, it's good to understand some advantages that they have on you so that you can kind of use that against them and learn from them. So we just have some basic ones here, and you can go in and fill this out to whatever makes sense for you. The next, we're going to head on over to branding. So your branding is pretty simple. This is just a place for you to put your logos, what kind of font you use, and then your hex colors. Again, pretty simple, just good to have it in one place and saved. So the next thing under planning is events. So here we have a connection to your calendar. So if you have events coming up, add them here, and it'll show up both on your calendar on your homepage and in the events tab. But what this is this is just a place to really plan out events. It kind of gives you a list here of what to do and how to do it. And then you just add that into the database and you start working on it. So after events, we're going to go to the actions tab. The first thing here is your CRM. This is kind of like the bread and butter of it. This is where you can look at your prospects. You can follow up with them, see their information, and most importantly, see what stage they're at. So as you can see, we have hot prospect, warm prospect, cold prospect, and qualified prospect. So all of these you can, oh, we also have closed, but once you click the transaction complete, it goes over to close. So you'll see those over here. But going back to this, this is just a good place if you're paying a lot for software like HubSpot or something like that that you're not actually utilizing. This is a good free alternative that you can integrate with other tools to follow up with and cold call and stuff like that. So next, kind of piggybacking off the cold call, we have our outreach. So this is our outreach goals here. So this is just where you put like you want your open rate at whatever, you want your reply rate at whatever, stuff like that, and you want total revenue. And then down here we have our analytics for the cold outreach. So this is where all the stuff up here, the data is imported in from. So you got your just whatever outreach you do, you'd put here, and then you can put the statistics. And the reason that we have all this in here is because we can use this outreach analyzer to generate a report. So let's go ahead and do that now. So you're just going to go over here and hit generate, and we're going to automatically get a breakdown for each of our campaigns below and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. So we'll just let this generate for a second. So it just kind of gives us some suggestions, some comparisons. So this is a good tool to realize, hey, my June email sprint really worked well. We need to double down on this in the future and create more like that. And then maybe if your FSBO calls didn't work as well, it's going to tell you, hey, we need to pivot. So going into this emails, this gives you your scripts and also your software. So this is a tab that you're going to see a lot. It's your account tab. This is all the software stack that you use. So it's stored throughout the page in different areas, but it's just a quick way to access, Facebook ads, Canva, whatever you might use, and you can easily add your software stack there, as well as your username and password, if you tend to forget those. But we'll go more in depth to that in a minute. So here's just where you put your scripts. Just a good place to store them, kind of like SOP, just an accessible way to see. So again, same with the phone. You got your accounts down here as well. So if you use Vulcan 7 as a dialer, you don't have to import that, but if you use something else, please add it. So again, cold call scripts, pretty much these are the same, just different. All three of these are the same, just different tools to use them. So we got your networking scripts, your offering scripts. This is for LinkedIn, or if you use like Instagram outreach, whatever works for you. And again, we got the account tab. So that one's pretty cut, clear, and dry for the outreach. We got advertising next. We're gonna go over just another table here that has your spends, your impressions, all your analytics. And again, we have another advertising analyzer here. So this will generate another report. We'll do that really quick while we're going over. Actually, we'll just wait for that. But down here again, we have the apps thing. It's a sync database, so you can put it anywhere you want, and all your apps will be super easy to click. So if you're working on ads and you want to go check your Google Analytics really quick, you can just come down here and click that link. So now that this is finished generating, we've got just some sort of tips and tricks, or where we're standing kind of in the industry. So we'll take the CTR. So the click-through rate for both platforms is less than the industry average of 4%. So this indicates that your ads are not highly engaging or compelling to the viewers. So you need to change something about your ads. Is pretty much what it tells you. It's just a good way to understand where you're at, where you're losing money, and how productive your ads are being. So we're going to go through social media next. This is your content hub. So we've got an AI generator below that will create a list of content ideas. You can change this to have ideas for specific niches, whatever. If you do like military relocation, you can put that in this little prompt, and it'll come with specific content just for you. So then up here, you have just kind of your ideas, your progress, your scheduled. This is just to keep you organized on where you're at. So if you come up with a new idea, you can click here. Let's just say home tour for, and then we'll just put a random address, 123 Roundtree. And then you add the platform. So we're gonna do this on Instagram and TikTok. And then we're gonna, if it's an idea, so we just came up with it, so it's an idea for now, so we're gonna keep it there. But once it goes to, in progress, we can do it there, scheduled, and then once it's completed, we can put it in completed as well. And then once it gets posted, we can put it to posted. But this is just a really good way to have, like, understand where you're at in your content and have a dedicated process to posting. Next, we're gonna go to tasks. So this kind of goes with the above one, but this is just stuff you need to do. So we got create new training program for agents. So if you're a broker, you might need to do that. Send out newsletter for June. That's a high priority. So you got low priority, high priority, and no priority. So you also have idea, in progress, and completed. So this is really just like a glorified to-do list. This is what you need to do either on a day-to-day basis or one-off. This just keeps it organized and in one place. Also under this, if you are a team, you can assign agents certain tasks by clicking the assign tab here, and you can also add notes. So like if you have specific instructions, put that in there. We're gonna skip on down to performance. So here we just have some embedded dashboards. So your YouTube analytics, you can embed them here and it'll put some nice graphs and stuff like that. It'll show you like how many subscribers you added, number of likes, stuff like that. It's just a good dashboard to understand your analytics. And then you also have your Google Ads dashboard down here that you can insert. Same thing as above. And then also you can add just some email analytics, which is also the same as what we showed in the outreach tab. You can sync those together. So now that we've looked at the dashboards, you can also add your own dashboards if you use any sort of like any sort of software. You can easily embed them here. So next, we're going to look at the goals. This is just a really clear-cut place for you to put your goals. I mean, this is no like BS. This is just, I want to grow my revenue by 25%. I want to recruit 3 new agents to my team. I want to sell 5 houses a month. So this is just really where you put your goals down and you can really be grounded and understand. Like, this is where I want to be in 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. The next, we're going to look at finance. So this is where we kind of have our revenue. We have a just sample graph here that is a year-to-date comparison to last year. So to show you like this January, whatever, all these numbers and stuff you can change on Giphy or Graphy. Sorry, not Giphy. I don't know why I said Giphy, but on Graphy, and it'll just show you kind of a dashboard that you can visibly see where you're at. And then down here we have a revenue table. This again just shows you your clients. You can sync this to your CRM above, and it'll show you your closed clients, where you got your leads from, and like if you are a team, which agent closed it, and the amount of revenue. Then down here it just shows you a sum. So to go along with revenue, we kind of have products. So you have your obviously your normal, like, this client came to me, I bought a house with them, they paid me this much, blah blah blah. But if you have other products, you can also put them here, like real estate training, or if you're a real estate salesman and you want to start like selling digital stuff to other people, you can do that here as well. And yeah, so that's all that for the finance. So we're going to go ahead and look at the tools and resources here. The first page, we have our tech stack. This is that database I was telling you about earlier that has all your apps in one place. So you can add or subtract apps here, and it'll show up in all the other places on this OS. So that one's pretty easy to use. Next, you have your SOPs. So this is where you're going to put your SOPs for your entire business. We have just kind of some sort of really plain SOP sort of system here. But you can state your purpose, scope, what it's meant to do, roles and responsibilities, so you can assign it to team members, and then you have step-by-step procedures, maybe some FAQs that you have, and then some links to resources and who created this SOP, and also if one of your team members wants to revise it, you can add a link here for them to do that. We got 3 of those. Again, all this stuff is just, it's a template, so you got to kind of input your own stuff. But if you would like us to make a completely custom one of these for you with some more features and automations and stuff, I'm going to put a link down below where you can book a consultation with me, and we'll gladly assist you with that. So after SOPs, we're going to go ahead and head on down here to training. This is where your new employees are going to have like a place to go to the media, and whatever training platform you use, you can link it here. So we got that. We have sales training. We have FSBO cold call training. Again, these are all just kind of fillers for whatever works for your business. It's just a place for you to keep it all in one spot. So after training, we have preferred vendors. This is just a database to store the people that you do business with. So like Blue Sky Inspection, Jim Johnson, who's the loan officer at ABC Mortgage, whatever. This is just a place to keep their data and their business and all that in one spot, and maybe their website if you use that. All right, so we're gonna go to the Documents tab next. As you can see, this is just really a simple place for you to store any of your contracts, stuff like your real estate contracts, which I'm sure most of you have a contract platform, so you can just link that software here. Or you can add a call out like I have on the other places. If you have that on your tech stack here, if you have it integrated, you can just put that down here and quickly go to that platform. But also you could put your employment contracts here with any of your agents, any service contracts you have with like plumbing companies or inspection companies, stuff like that. It's just a good place to keep all that stored. You can easily add PDFs and stuff like that. So the last thing is kind of more just not really for you, but for the system as a whole. You just have a map of the database here that just has every single page, and this just keeps the flow running, right? And it's just an overview of the entire system. And then the last thing we're going to go over is this new page thing. So if there's something in this that you like want to add, you can easily do that by just clicking this new page right here. And then as you can see, a new page will be populated down here. And then you go to that, and it automatically adds this to every single page in the database. So as you can see, if we go to like your CRM, your new page is here. So you can just change the title up here to whatever you want, and then drag and drop it in whatever place it should be. So if you're like something to do with planning, you can drag it there, and you can just insert all the data that you want for this specific page. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little demo. Again, you definitely do not need to purchase this template if you don't want to, but we do appreciate all of the sales, and it is a big sort of revenue generation for our company, which helps us continue to upload demos like this. So please, if you have any questions, I'll put my email down below, and thank you for watching.